Great show lined up for you. I'm your host, Kim Jacobs, better known as the Balance Doctor. And all of our guests that come on, they're either people that have overcome some tremendous odds in their own lives as they balance this thing called life, or they're experts and they're here to share tips and strategies that will help you better balance and manage your life. Grab your virtual seats and let's get ready for some real relevant and relatable content on today's episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. All right, everyone. Welcome to this episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. We have Coach Canion in the background, and I am super excited to have him here today. He is our relationship expert, and he drops some serious tips, really raw, candid. So y'all know how he rolls if you've been following him. He's not going to hold back any punches. He's just going to tell you like it is. So what I want to do as we kick off today, I want you all to grab your virtual seats. And I definitely want you to let us know where you're visiting in from. Look, y'all, it's like a free coaching session. It's a gift to you. So make sure you ask your questions and type them in the comment section, and make sure you're an active participant today. Tag your friends, your girlfriends, your male friends, and people that you know are in relationships and have quite a few questions, but they don't know who to turn to ask some of them. You're going to get some real raw and relevant advice today here on the Kim Jacobs Show. Listen, I'm going to share just a little video that I think is incredible to tell you more about Coach Ken Canion, and then we'll pull him right into the studio. I'm going to play
Men give intimacy to get sex. Women give sex to get intimacy.
Whenever an issue comes up, be willing to talk about it now. Don't let it grow, because everything planet grows into something.
Yes.
You just don't know what it's going to grow into.
I started Love, Lust, and Lies so that I could help women, help them navigate the complexities of modern day relationships. The truth is, a lot of them are hurting, they're broken, they need healing, but they also need practical knowledge on how to date in this modern age, understanding relationships, how to build cultures, how to handle conflict, how to communicate, and most of all, how to understand men. That's why I did it. Number one, don't chase anything or anyone. Whenever you heard people say, I won't chase that money, I'm on that money chase. No, I don't chase anything. I don't chase a damn thing. When you chase something, the thing you're chasing always runs from you. When you chase something, that means that you're chasing, you're running, you're pursuing something, and that which you're pursuing is running from you. My approach is I am attracting money. I am attracting the man of my dreams or the woman of my dreams. When you attract it, the person, that thing comes to you.
I always say this. I say that every circumstance is different. And because, you can't put all human beings in one box. And the truth of the matter is, we do different things for different reasons. So we have to probe deeper to find out what happened before, what was their prior experience, what's going on now. Because if a lot of times I'm around people who get advice from people, and they say, well, girl, I wouldn't do this, or I wouldn't do that. And the truth of the matter is everybody's relationship is different.
So what happens is, now when you raise your vibrational pattern, means you start thinking differently, you start feeling different, you start hanging around new people who actually edify you, bring up your vibrational pattern. Then all of a sudden you meet somebody and you say, wow, it's been there all along. The problem is, all you did was raise your vibrational pattern, and now you and that person are on the same wavelength, so now you're attracting that person to you. Because two different people come from two different backgrounds, both of you have to learn. Both of you have to be taught how to treat the other person. Both of you, because you come from different viewpoints, vantage points, different things. So if I can't teach my wife how to teach me, how to love me, she has to teach me how to love her. I can empower you. I can tell you everything. But the truth of the matter is, if you're unwilling to receive it, if you're unwilling to accept it, and then it is not that. It is not that. Even the Bible says this: faith without works, many of us Christians, all we do is say, if God wants me to have it, if God wants me to have a great relationship, he'll give it to me. That ain't the way it works. You got to do some work beforehand. You got to work on yourself. You got to become the person you want to attract. It says faith without works, without work. Don't forget the work part. What people do is if God want me to have it, well, he'll have it. And then it don't come. You say, well, it wasn't God's will. Well, the truth of the matter is that's a lie. It was his will. But what he said was, I ain't going to give it to you without working. Okay? What will they get on Love, Lust, and Lies? Number one, they're going to get real stuff. It's going to be real, raw, and it's going to be relatable. I'm going to give them practical tips, tools, techniques on dating, building relationships, and everything in between. All they have to do is be willing to do the work.
That's it. I am here with Coach Ken Canion, and I'm bringing him in now. Welcome, Coach Ken Canion, to the Kim Jacobs Show. Hey, Coach, how are you?
I was looking at that video. Like, who is that?
It's you, right?
Yeah, that's me, right? That's it. So, yeah, that was, and I still mean that. I still operate by that.
That's
still
good.
do.
Well,
Now, we did that a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah, that's so much more than what you do now.
Yeah. But I still believe that, you know. So it's good. Welcome, Kim. Thank you so much for having me. I am glad that I could join you. We haven't done this in a while, and you know, I'm just glad to be here.
Well, I'm glad that you're here as well. We're going to go right into today's topic. And
okay.
We're talking, everyone, with Coach Ken Canion, and he's real, raw, and relatable. So anybody that knows him, if you've ever met him, he's a personal development and relationship coach who's helped transform the lives of countless men, women, and couples. People are like flooding to him to learn this information. And his goal is to ultimately be able to help people to have these better relationships and teaching them that process to do it. And he does not hold back any punches. So I'm excited that you're here today. Let's talk today about unveiling some secrets to having a great relationship. So let's get going.
All right. So, I mean, you know, sometimes when we do this, you and me, I always come, you know, we do it one of two ways. You can ask me questions or I can come with topics. But today, you tell me how you want to do it, Kim. I mean, because, you know, I can start anywhere. I can talk the rest of the time.
No. Okay, so we're gonna talk where we just have some back and forth.
Let's do that.
Okay. So you and I have some kind of gnat. That's why I'm looking all over the place here. But anyway, when I think about what makes a good relationship, what I wanted to find out, and anybody in the studio audience, get your answers to your questions. I see somebody already starting, and Cynthia Lennox. She said that. What do you have here, Cynthia? You said, I love it, real, raw, and relatable, and I agree we must raise our vibration to attract what we desire, level up. That's probably a good place to even start saying, do you believe in chemistry and attraction? And what's your theory on that when it comes to unveiling a secret?
Well, so some people gonna get triggered by me today, but that's every day I speak. That people, I always tell people every day I put up 3 or 4 videos a day, and every day somebody's gonna get triggered. So I preface that by letting you know in advance what's gonna happen. But that being said, see, I coach a lot of people. I coach Christian, non-Christian, and sometimes when I coach Christian, because I am one. They was like, oh, vibration, that's some new age stuff. And I say, listen, no, it's spiritual too. You know, it's what we do. It's science and it's spiritual. I truly believe that we have the capacity to create the futures we want, to create the life we want. I think that we've been sold a bill of goods because I've been studying a lot of people who healed themselves based on changing their mental and emotional dynamics. We can truly navigate and manifest the things that we want. You know, the Bible says, confess, believe, receive. That's manifestation, right?
Yeah.
Well, science says the same thing. Everything is energy. You get on the same frequency. Of that which you want. That energy will bring to you what you want. Same thing. All right, we word it differently. So to answer your question, yes, I believe that we can track, if we do what it is we're supposed to do, understand the principle, get in alignment with the principle, focus our energy, yes, we can attract whatever. Give you a case in point. I have what I call a manifestation journal. I didn't know I was going to show it to you, but it's right here.
Okay, come on, bring it on.
So this journal is the journal I use to manifest since 2020 things that I want. So this process, you see all that stuff in there that I wrote? All that stuff. These are different days.
Right.
This is called scripting. It's when I script about everything I want to happen in my life. See, that was 5/20/2021, right?
But see, that's writing, in my opinion, that's writing the vision and making it plain.
Okay, call it that. You call it that. You got a name for it.
The point is, you have to write it down in order to know what it is that you're working on, your goals, your dreams.
The difference, there is one difference.
Tell me.
The difference is a lot of people write down their goals, right? But they don't attach any emotion to the goal as though it's happened. So what they do is say, this is what I'd like to achieve.
Okay.
This is what I like to achieve.
Right.
Well, when I teach people how to script what they want, I am descriptive about, because the subconscious mind doesn't know if you have something or not. If you tell it, I already have this thing.
Right.
I already have it. So I act as though, I write it as though I have it in a vivid way. So this TV show that I'm on MTV, right?
Yeah.
I wrote about it in here 16 months before I had it. I wrote about what it felt like, what it looked like, me traveling, how I felt. And
so you visualized it. You brought it into your reality. You manifested it, whatever the word is.
That's exactly what I did.
But to me, that's like, faith is the evidence of things that I hope that will happen in my life.
It's no different.
It hasn't yet been seen, but I already know based on one of my blueprints as well, which is the Bible. I look at it and I'm like, it said I can ask and I can receive. I can actually believe the things that are supposed to be happening in my life as if they are going to happen, because I've already been told that they should happen. So now,
but a lot of people don't believe that. So they don't believe it when it comes to relationships. But hold on. I can't let that slide. They'll believe it for a job.
Interesting.
But they won't believe it for their ideal relationship.
Good point, Ken. Okay, so you're saying, and tell me if this is what you're saying. Basically, when it comes to relationships, believe the exact same way and call it into existence the exact same things that you say. You're believing for millions. You're believing for a car. You're believing for a house. You're believing for a healthy child. Whatever it is that you're believing for, believe that same kind of thing when it comes to your relationships.
Right.
I deserve this. I'm attracting this. I want this in my life, and this is what I'm going to do to make it happen.
Absolutely. And that's the difference. And people, they believe they can get it for a job or a car or a new house, but they won't do it. They won't do it for a relationship.
That's some good points. Ella, and I need to keep these reading glasses on, y'all. So I know it's a glare.
I got mine on.
But I got to put these back on today. Did you write it? Do you write it in past tense since you know that it's already happened? That's probably
I write it in present tense as though it's happening now. So I don't say this happened. I say, hey, I said today I'm flying to Atlanta. I'm sitting in first class, and I did all this, and it actually came out. They flew me first class, but I did it 16 months later. I mean earlier. All right, and I just
wrote it. You wrote it.
Yes, I wrote it. I began to feel it. And I would do my visualizations. But the difference was what I realized was many times before, years ago, when it didn't, because people will do affirmations, but they don't work. They don't work because what they don't know how to do is tap into their subconscious mind. Okay. And so what that part of it, that's the part that they don't understand. And so somebody's got to teach them, because even a lot of people like the word, I believe the word, But there's a practical, my late bishop used to say, if it ain't practical, it ain't spiritual. There's a practical side of it.
Yeah.
But the people don't do the
Walk the
practical
thing
side.
out.
They don't do the practical side of it. So that's kind of
yeah. I love it. I love it. I see you from St. Pete. You're a traveling sensation over there, Cynthia. Hope you're having a great time. Listen, we're talking about unveiling some secrets to healthy relationships, good relationships. And some of the things when I was researching, Ken, communication seems like it's something that's important. Thoughts about that?
You know, I just did a program called What She Said, What He Heard. And the reason I did it is it was a 9-week intensive. And the reason I did it is because communication on some level is probably the number one reasons why relationships don't work on some level. So, and let me explain. Some people say it may be money. Well, a lot of times it's communication about money. Okay. Some people say it's infidelity. Well, I said if the communication was there, maybe the infidelity wouldn't have happened. And so what I tell them is, on some level, communication is responsible. But here's the problem. Again, I get into most of us think we're good communicators, and 99% of the people out there are poor communicators. Let me give you the litmus test. Here's the litmus test. Have you ever wanted to say something to someone, but you either didn't say it because you didn't know how to frame it, how to say it, or you didn't say it because you didn't know what to say, or you were worried about what they might think?
The answer is, you know how the answer is about choose all A through D. So if it's a multiple choice, I would choose all of those.
And then I always say, then you're a poor communicator.
Right.
And they're like, what? I said, now think about it. Think about it. What I said was, then that means that your messaging was not communicated. That also means that the other person did not have a chance to receive your message.
Oh, so now let's, I'm big on role playing, Ken, right? So in this case, in that scenario,
right,
how do you word something in a way that does give the person or the people a chance to know what you really mean in that moment?
Okay, let me give you an example. I'm glad we're role playing. So one of my students came to me and said, hey, coach, I got this guy. He wants to have sex with me, right?
Okay.
But we're really into each other. We're digging each other. I don't really want to have sex right now because you've taught me to collect data, avoid the sex, but I don't know how to say it because he might get mad. Then I said this. I said, number one, communication is not about you determining how the other person is going to feel about your message.
Oh.
Communication is about getting your message to the other person in a way that they understand your intended meaning. Not, you can't determine how they feel. So I said, here's how you say it. It's funny, y'all listening to me. I'm developing an AI tool right now. For the last 6 months, I'm taking everything I know.
Yeah.
And I'm putting it in an AI tool so people can communicate better. So let me give you an example.
Okay.
So I told her to say this. Say, you know what? Say, Coach Ken, I'm the guy.
Okay.
You know what, Coach Ken? I said, the truth is, I really would love to have a physical relationship with you if it got to that point. If it ever got to that point. But right now, I want to focus on our mental and emotional connection to see if we are in alignment with each other, to see if we see the world together.
Okay, you put on your girl voice. Let me be the girl right quick, okay?
Be the girl.
Okay. So you're the person. Now, y'all don't take this little clip and turn it into something other than what it really is.
Who am I?
You're the guy. You're the guy. Right?
Okay.
You're the guy. I'm the person that you've been coaching, and this is what you've told them to do. So what's your name? Ray. Okay. So Ray, listen, I am, really excited about the direction that our relationship is going in, but I want to make sure that as we progress and things do ultimately get to that place where we may experience that level of intimacy, I really want us to have a good understanding and relationship and communication and just getting to know each other better first. Is that what you?
Well, I mean, do you want me to respond like he would respond?
Yeah.
Or you want me to say whether or not you communicated the message?
Both.
Number one, you didn't say what I said.
Okay. What did you say?
You were stumbling over your words because you really didn't want to say it.
I didn't want to say that because
you didn't really want to say it. And what happens is you didn't want to say it, but you wanted him to get the message, to figure it out.
That's so true. I really didn't want to say it.
You didn't want to say it.
I don't really
and so I'm sitting here like, what that mean? That don't mean that I can still get me some of this. You see what I'm saying? I can still get this right here. No, but what I'm saying right now, I just want to focus on the mental and emotional relationship. If we get to a sexual physical relationship down the road, maybe that'll be great. But this is what I'm focused on. I need to find out if we're in alignment with each other.
Okay, yeah, I didn't say none of that. So
of course you did.
Yeah, go ahead. Forget me role playing because I don't even know if I can role play all of that stuff. So you just
but see, here's the thing. Most people don't want to learn how to communicate like that. Do you know what they want to do?
What?
They want the other person to figure out what the heck they're saying.
Wow. So it's not about, just as a takeaway for everyone that's watching, it's not about the other person, but it's about you communicating the message that you need to get across clearly to that person. That's what you're saying?
That's what it's about. That is what it's about. And that is the reason why most of us are poor communicators. Because you know what happens? It's either we don't say it, because lack of communication leads to miscommunication.
Right.
Okay. Either we don't say it, and you know why we don't say it is we're worried about what they're going to think, or what are they going to get mad? Are they going to be this? So I'm going to say it I'm going to beat around the bush and hope they figure it out.
Okay. They will, how they will receive it. I'm trying to understand here. So focusing on how because you know what, when you go through communication courses and trainings, Coach Ken, because I've been through a lot of them.
Yes.
They always teach you, especially in like counseling and different things, always focus on the behavior, always focus on making sure that you are not using words that are attacking to the individual.
And that's some validity for that too. But they don't teach you how to do it though.
No, they just tell you don't.
That's the difference. They don't teach you how to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, and so for me, I teach you how to do it, because it's good in theory to say, "Hey, do this, do that," in theory, and then you got to fit. Then when the rubber hits the road and everybody mad, you abandon it because you don't know how to do it.
Right.
You don't know how to say it.
That's good. Okay. I put that in the comment section, everyone, because Coach Ken he's able to teach you through his own training sessions how to go about communicating it in a way, in a relationship, in a way that the person receives it or don't receive it, but you still get a chance to communicate what you mean by it. So someone says, does sex bind you chemically and intimately, or do you think it's just for the feeling of it all?
That's a very good question, Mackenzie. Yes. I always tell people sex does bind you chemically. See, what happens is the chemical binding creates an illusion. For instance, let me tell you what happens. Well, and this is why I tell people not to have sex right away and all that. Yeah, I said, you're grown. You can do what you want to do. But let me tell you, if your goal is a committed relationship, here's why you want to avoid it. Because once you introduce sex to the mix, then what happens is there's a love cocktail that is released inside of your body. Okay? It's called oxytocin, the bonding chemical. So this hormone oxytocin is the same chemical that is released when a woman has a baby and the baby breastfeeds. That oxytocin, that bonding chemical, is released during that time. Okay? And it's the same one that is released during sex. Second one is the dopamine. Dopamine is the feel good. The feel good thing. Dopamine, every day we want a shot of dopamine. That's why we go to social media, we put up a post, you look at it, say 100 people liked it. Then you come back, 200 people, that's a shot of dopamine. It's a feel good. And the last one is the serotonin, which is the relaxing hormone. Now you just feel good and relaxed when you're around the person. When you're talking to them, you just giggling. all of that. And then, yeah, and then I always tell people what that does is it creates an illusion.
Mm.
And this illusion, I always tell people, you think it's love, but it's lust. It masquerades as love.
That's good. Now, I don't put anybody in, Mackenzie, without me telling you to pull them in, please. People, I see you coming backstage, but I also have to make sure you show your camera and you give me a thumbs up that you're ready to come in.
Bring them in. Bring them out. Bring them out.
Make sure, because I had a bot come in one time and that was a whole problem and I had to delete
it.
It's a whole thing. So, no, do not pull the person in until they show their camera. Sujan, I see you. Show your camera and I'll let you come in and ask your question. Other than that, we're going to keep moving until further notice. Okay, let's see. But you all are welcome to use that link and to come in. And I put it on there for you to be able to come right into the broadcast if you like. Let's see. Diamond said that's so true, what you're saying, Coach Ken. And Dennis says, so does effective communication interpret to love and compatibility in your opinion?
I think they aid in the process. I think effective communication aids in the analysis process. What happens is when you can communicate effectively, now you gather the information that you need to make an intelligent decision. So whether we're compatible, whether our values are in alignment, then I think effective communication aids in that process.
That's good. Okay. I love that. I love that answer that you gave, Coach Ken. I see another person, Andrea Belk. She said, this is a good show. I just love when Coach Ken comes on the Kim Jacobs Show. Thank you so much.
Me too.
Let's see. Tina says, hello, beautiful humans. Have a blessed week. Mindful Monday.
Oh, thank you.
Let's get that wisdom. Yes, Coach Ken is here providing wisdom to us today. Listen, another thing was chemistry. One thing that you just said, Coach, that I thought was interesting, that bonding, that relationship cocktail, and all of the steps that you talked about there. I wonder for people that are married and then they have affairs. This is just a side question.
Okay.
But they have affairs, and so then they've clearly, whether it's a male or female, exposed their body parts in another way to word it, in raw fashion to other people, right?
Yeah, their body parts, right? Okay.
The point is they've exposed themselves to other people, and then they are exposing themselves back to the spouse.
Sure.
Then what happens with all of that chemistry? Because that's some bizarre mixtures going on. That's like
what you mean? What happened to it?
No, what I mean is, to me, that's like ODing, because it's like too many chemistries coming together.
Oh, I mean, sure. I mean, there's at the end of the day, yes, we all are chemicals and pH balances and all of that stuff. And yes, you're right. I believe that when you do that, you throw off the balance of everything: the emotional, the spiritual, the physical, all of that.
Right.
That's my take on it.
Okay. I don't want you to put some things up, Mackenzie. You already know that, so just be mindful. All right. Somebody said, I do see sperm, transfer of energy. I do see those comments, and that's fine. You can put those up. But yeah, that's so you when you come on, Ken, it bring all kind of everybody be like, oh yeah, we got some stuff to say, because
listen, the Kim Jacobs show is a PG show. Mine is R-rated, so we're gonna be PG around here.
That's okay. I mean, it's not totally PG. A lot of the comments coming in, it is what it is, and life is such as it is. So it's not necessarily. It's not about necessarily just being PG or R or MA or any of that. The point is, the facts are the facts. Certain things lend to certain outcomes. Period. And so that's the bottom line. So respect. Oh, here somebody said, I fully believe sex is a main reason I'm so connected to my husband. Mackenzie said, I'm all about him. Yes, girl, get it in. Let's be very clear. PG, R, MA, whatever y'all want to call it. You definitely want to have great sexual relations with your husband. But go ahead, Ken. You talk.
I would say sex isn't the main reason for Mackenzie's connection. I would say intimacy is.
good.
See, intimacy, you can have intimacy without sex, or you can have sex without intimacy. But intimacy is the thing that connects us emotionally. And so she says, I'm so connected to my husband. Sex is a part of it, but the intimacy is sharing of our thoughts, our emotions, sharing of our inner beings with one another. That's what creates the true connection. And then sex solidifies that.
Okay, that's good. So you are so technically this statement would mean that I fully believe that intimacy is the main
The
reason.
intimacy plus sex
Intimacy plus sex is the
is the
main
main
reason
reason I'm so connected.
that you're so connected with your husband. Congratulations. And speaking of Mackenzie and her family, she's getting ready to have a baby girl this week. And so congratulations in advance to you and your family. They already have a boy and they are getting ready to welcome in a new baby girl. And Mackenzie helps me with the Kim Jacob Show. So congratulations.
Go ahead, Mackenzie.
You and your family, Trenton, Remy, and your whole crew. All right. All right, so we're gonna let's see. Like I'm so in love with him. That's my man. Okay, Mackenzie hormonal because she's gonna have babies. So
I love it. I love it. I love it.
she said our soul tie is definitely like physical and emotional.
She's still getting it in. I'm getting it in. Okay.
And on top of that, he's cooking her some breakfast right now back in the background. So she's trying to get some extra brownie points. By the way.
Oh, okay.
All right, Mackenzie. Let's see. Cynthia said, what if you get back with an ex that you had already had sex with them before, but then you take it off the table? Great question, Cynthia. Go ahead.
And so what you want to do is, but my question is, Cynthia, are you asking me what to do, how to navigate? I mean, I don't know what you're asking me.
So ask your question, just word it a little differently. And when we come back, we're going to take a commercial break. Let's pop that question down for a minute, Mackenzie. We're going to go, everyone, to a commercial break, and when we come right back, Coach Ken will be able to answer that questions and any other questions that you all have pertaining to unveiling secrets that lead to great relationships. We'll be right back, everybody, right after this break.
My father had 4 of his fingers amputated in a workplace accident. It was the first injured individual I represented, and I knew I had to win that case. When someone walks into my office and they've been injured, I know what they're going through. If you've been injured at work with Hunter and Everett. We've got the experience, so let us help you.
All right, everyone, we're back and we're talking with Coach Ken Canion, who is doing a masterful job already of telling us how to unveil some secrets. He's answering your real-time questions, and that's what he does over on his Instagram channel. He coaches you, but he also actually will answer questions right on the spot on his live broadcast as well. So I'm going to put up here how you can stay connected with him. Go to CoachKenCanion.com or also on Instagram at Coach Ken Canion. He has quite a few bulk followers on every platform.
And I got to tell you something before we leave, Kim. I am so committed to helping people get in relationships because I've helped this year alone has been amazing for me, helping people get in relationship, help save some relationships. But I'm doing a free challenge called the Love Vault Challenge. And I think, Kim, you should come. Anybody, it doesn't matter if you're in a relationship or not. No. I'm not talking about because you look for a relationship, but I'm helping people understand themselves. No, I'm not talking about if you let me finish. I'm saying
you started off saying, did I hear that I should be there?
No, let me tell you why though. Because it's not about. I'm saying answers for the show. Oh, that's what I was talking about, not for you. See.
Your communication is key.
You didn't let me finish. You didn't let me finish.
No, but you said enough. You said, and Kim, you should be there. I mean,
I gotta get my whole statement out. See, that's what people do. Interrupt, folks. Hey, Kim. But anyway, the Love Vault Challenge. The reason I think because there would be a lot of good topics for you moving in this year because I'm going to answer a lot of stuff. And it's the first challenge I'm doing that's free. And I'm gonna probably have close to 1,000 people on it.
Okay.
And it's going to be for 3 days.
Remember, it's the Love Vault Challenge. Okay.
Yeah, and I can give you backstage the link because it's free. All the people got to do is go register and put in the code free, and you can get in free. Won't charge you, but sign up because we don't have many spots left.
Well, I will be.
I wasn't
from a show perspective.
Hold on. Let me show. I'm gonna give it to Mackenzie. I just put it back there. So
Mackenzie, now you really got her going. I already told you she get ready to deliver this week. Now she's gonna start typing all kind of stuff. Kim needs to find her boat. Yeah, she's typing all, and I didn't even say put that comment up. So Mackenzie, because she has control back there, she's doing typing backstage immediately. Get back.
Hey, look, put my link up because she gonna be there. And then you know what though? I'm bringing men to the table. I'm putting women. Look, I'm not playing. I'm not playing.
I believe he that finds a wife finds a good thing. Okay. Go ahead, Ken. Go ahead. Tell me your theory. That's what I think. I think that.
I know you do. And I didn't say. Let me ask you a question. Okay, since we're here.
Oh my God.
Let me ask you a question. Okay, let's say you were in the grocery store, okay? Mm-hmm. And you see this gentleman, he's looking at you. He's looking down to get his mayonnaise or ketchup, but he keeps looking at you.
Right.
Okay. And you have that magnetic energy, smile, everything. And then, you notice he's interested. Here's the question, would you initiate a conversation?
Well, I'll give you a real example, a real one. I was actually rushing somewhere one day, and the only place that I knew I wasn't going to be able to eat for like 5-6 hours. So I decided, I was like, McDonald's, I'll get me a fillet of fish or something. So I pull over and I drive, and then you know how they always tell you to pull to the other window. So I pull up to the third window, waiting for my hot fries. I was like excited. And I pull up and start trying to eat a little bit before I got on the road. And I am like, I'm going in. I'm not smacking him or anything like that, but I'm like, eating, and I could feel somebody looking at me, and I was like, I looked around, and it was this handsome man. He was standing there, and I was like, I rolled my window. I said, you could go ahead. I said, I'm just sitting here enjoying the sandwich. I said, I didn't even realize somebody was watching me at that level. And he was like, no, I am just enjoying watching a beautiful woman that is eating this, and you just enjoying yourself, but you're looking good. And I was thinking, I didn't know how to take that, but I did think he's a handsome guy, And then he walked in front and went to his car, and he kept looking back, and I was like, well, that's it. I'm not saying anything else ever. And so whatever, I just drove off. I don't know what.
Well, no. In that case, he did initiate the conversation. That wasn't what I was talking about. Oh. I'm not talking about trying to get his number. I mean, you did the right thing if he didn't want to follow through. But I'm saying if you and him had been looking at each other, would you have said something first? Just say something first.
It depends.
I
would have said hello because I say hello to everybody. And as my friend said, Sean, she's like, okay, Kim, you gotta stop saying. I say, God bless you. Hi, how can I help you? God bless you. I just use some generic terms.
Okay.
I mean, I speak to everybody all the time. Okay, y'all, don't turn this into a whole counseling session. But the answer is,
I'm just saying,
I would say something because I say something to everybody.
You would just say hello, but nothing beyond hello. So you wouldn't say anything. Like you wouldn't say, oh, you have a beautiful smile. I'm just.
Oh God, no. No.
So that leads me to my point. Or you wouldn't say, oh, nice car, or whatever. Oh, that's a nice car, or whatever. I don't know. But here's the thing. He that findeth a wife, I believe that. The problem is it didn't say you couldn't initiate the conversation. He that findeth the wife didn't say you couldn't initiate the conversation. And so many people are caught up in this mindset of it's got to be this way or no way. And I'm not saying it's you, but.
Well, no, but I'll step out of my comfort zone just a little bit, right? and
You will a little bit.
a little teeny bit.
You
And
will.
if
You
I
will.
do, and I don't receive the proper response, I'm like, oh, okay.
No, I get that. I understand that.
Never-
I'm just saying people have to be willing. And this is the thing that I've learned in coaching. And all of the relationships that I put together, let me just give you this nugget. 95% of them said to me, Coach, I would never have dated this man. Okay? I never would have.
Okay.
Unless you told me, because my whole thing is open your mind and open your heart to a new way of finding love.
I do agree with that. Be creative. Listen to a coach Ken.
Okay. Okay.
Advice and says, hey, Kim, or anybody in the virtual studio audience, let's try this approach. So
Okay.
if you
That's fair. That's fair.
coached me to think differently, I probably would consider it differently, but I wouldn't know on my own to just do certain things because I don't think like that.
Right. So what I will say is, and this is the part that people don't want, they get it, they understand it, but they don't want to move into it. So like when we had the rotary phone, okay, but first we didn't have a phone. Then we had the rotary phone. Then we had the touch tone phone.
Right.
Then we got the big bag cell phones, and now we have the smartphones. But each part of the evolution, we adapted to the way we were communicating.
That's right.
And so a lot
evolved.
of people we evolved.
Right.
A lot of people aren't willing to evolve.
Well, for my case, we all know I've been with the same person since I was 18 years old. And so evolving for me is like evolving is a whole thing, a whole huge undertaking because I could have never imagined or envisioned evolving ever into anything else. So it's like it's going to require some significant coaching. All right, let's see. NW says, I'm having problems learning the game, Coach Ken. I listen to them fall face purple. I don't know what they're talking about, but you might understand.
They're healing again. And what they're saying is, well, then you need to, because NW listens to my lives. You need to set up an appointment so I can coach you for real.
So get some coaching. How do they set
up? I always tell people, listen, y'all, you learned how to drive a car because somebody taught you. Okay. You learned how to do your job because somebody taught you. Why is it that relationships is the one thing that we just expect to happen? Because we feel a certain way. We like the person a lot, or we love the person. We just feel like it should just fall in place. We never had training on communication, conflict resolution, love language, attachment style. We've never been coached on any of that. Understanding trauma, releasing all of the things that have been through. Yet we come to the relationship with all of that. We don't know how to navigate that. You know, I often say relationships wouldn't be so hard if we didn't expect them to be so easy.
That's such a good point, Coach Ken. Oh my God. What are your tips for healing? Someone wants to know. Chocolate coated wants to know.
I would say it's a process. Number one, you have to start the healing process. You have to do what we call shadow work. And shadow work has nothing to do with the devil, because I was like, shadow work is dealing with the things that in my subconscious programming, the things that I've suppressed or repressed, the things that I put down that are affecting me every single day, but I don't want to deal with it. And so when you start doing this work, you gotta, when somebody has cancer, right? The doctors go in, the first thing they say, okay, let's get to the root of it. Let's figure out where it came from. We could treat the symptoms. All we see is the symptoms of it.
Okay.
The fatigue and whatever. But we have to treat the root of this to get rid of it. Relationships are the same way. I need to understand that you have an attachment style, an anxious, preoccupied attachment style, and it comes from when you were a child that mom traveled all the time, daddy was not there, that now you are afraid that people are going to leave you. I got to understand this. And if I don't understand this, then you understand why every 15 minutes you want him to call you. Before he goes to bed, you need him to say, text me. Or when you wake up in the morning, I need that text. And you don't understand why you do that. It's unless I tell you you have an anxious attachment style, and this attachment style is causing you to act in this certain manner.
Wow. Okay. That answers the question. Listen, everybody, we're going to take another commercial break. Today's episode is sponsored by vproducts.store. And I'd like for you all to know that I actually have a whole bunch of V products that just came in the mail, because for our 5K walk that's happening, they mailed bulk products from V Products Store, and it's coffee, black coffee and European coffee that has mushroom in it, and super excited about it. We'll be giving it out at our 5K Gabe's Heart Foundation 5K walk. Before you go to commercial, Mackenzie, let me tell you about the 5K walk that's happening. It's happening, if you're watching this real time, is the week of the 5K walk that's happening with Gabe's Heart Foundation. And our goal is to raise $20,000 to be able to, and we have already been raising funds. We'll put a final number up, but we are raising funds to be able to get portable defibrillators that will go in public spaces throughout the communities, so that hopefully it'll help eradicate or eliminate sudden cardiac arrest. That's the QR code if you want to take a picture of it and donate to Gabe's Heart Foundation. Gabe's Heart Foundation is in honor of my son, Gabriel Michael Jacobs, that he transitioned from this earth at the age of 12 years old. And I know where he is. He's not lost. He's in heaven. And my desire is for everyone to get an ultrasound of their child's heart, as well as, which we know is a process, like you said, process. You'll be able to get an ultrasound of your child's heart through the process that's required to get to the cardiologist, and be able to also have these portable defibrillators, because by the time paramedics come, sometimes it's 15, 12, however many minutes, and that could be a game changer for someone. All right. So I want to make sure you all know that. You can also visit GabesHeartFoundation.org to learn more. We're going to take a commercial break, come right back. When we come back, we can answer some more questions and talk about how important is it to have trust in a relationship as you unveil a secret. Maybe trust, and even flexibility. Sometimes people are so attached to other people, they don't allow that freedom in a relationship for people to be true to who they are as an individual. So those are just a couple of thoughts. Go. Let's take a commercial break. We'll be right back. Again, that's vproducts.store. So make sure you check them out and let them know the Kim Jacobs Show sent you their way. Coach Ken, let's talk about trust. How important is that in unveiling some secrets?
Trust is critical. But here's the problem with trust. And this is the thing where people got to understand where coaching comes in. You see, a lot of times we don't trust a person, but not based on anything they've done. The lack of trust comes from my trauma. Okay, the lack of trust comes from my subconscious programming, because my subconscious programming many times that may say, I don't deserve this type of relationship. But what it does is it manifests itself as lack of trust. But it really comes from, I don't believe I'm worthy of this. So I'm not going to trust that you're going to give it to me. And then if you don't understand where that comes from, that you have this mistrust, where it comes from and all of that, you'll just know that you don't trust a person. And it may not be anything that they've done. Now, granted, it could be some things that they've done to facilitate the mistrust. Okay, but it doesn't always have to be. But either way, trust is a critical ingredient, because if I don't have trust, I can never truly be with you in a healthy relationship and give everything to you.
So if you already sense that you don't trust someone, regardless of whether it's a trigger from your past situation or something that they've done, then it really is no need for you to be with that person.
Or if you can work on it, or either that or work on it. I mean, I think you can work through stuff. I definitely think you can work through it. Yeah. I think if you're unwilling to work through it, move on.
Okay. That's good. This is really a great session, Coach Ken. That's why I'm saying you have to come back a lot more, because how many people want Coach Ken to come to the Kim Jacobs Show on a consistent kind of basis, even though he's some big to do around.
You know, you stop.
You know, I had to say that, right?
Stop.
All right. Let's see. So flexibility. That was the other thing I had talked about: spacing and flexibility.
Flexibility. Most people are not flexible. I coach a lot of people, and they're not flexible. Well, he better have this. He got to do that. He got to do that. He got to do he got to do that. And when I talk about flexibility, most people are super rigid, and this rigidness keeps because they have an ideology of what should be, what somebody's told them, and they're not flexible, and they wonder why they don't have the relationship they desire.
Interesting.
And so, yeah, flexibility would be great if everybody would realize that I need to be more flexible. I had to in my own relationship. You know what?
Speaking of,
I had to realize that my wife.
That up right now. That's what I was going to put up next.
That's my baby right there. Yeah, that's my baby. So I mean, I had to realize that I needed to be more flexible. And so, you know what? But that's helped our relationship be better, grow. 22 years. And so she's my best friend. Does she get on my nerves? Yes.
And Karen, she's like, oh yeah, I'll get on your nerves. And she's a comedian.
And I get on her nerves, I'm sure. But we have found a way to communicate, because that was her thing. She didn't communicate a lot. She would just shut down. But now it's a lot better, and we're always investing in ourselves, growing in our relationship, doing the things that we need to do too. Because I don't want to be just a coach. I'm a student as well.
I love that as well, that you're also a student of what you're also learning for yourself. You're learning that and applying it to your marriage, but then you're also teaching other people how to do it. And so there's a book that you have, which I have it as well, The Canion Culture. And what can people walk away with as a reader from The Canion Culture?
The one thing they will learn is they will find out that compatibility is more important than chemistry. I'm just going to pull that out.
Compatibility. Somebody type that. Compatibility is more important than, say it again, than chemistry.
No, because people rely on chemistry. Ooh, we got that spark, and that's cool. But compatibility is based on our core value system. And if our core value system isn't similar, I don't care how much chemistry we have, it won't last.
That's good. So compatibility is more important than chemistry.
Yes.
That's really good. Oh, thank you so much. I see NW saying this is a good show. Unless a consciousness arises, a self-sabotage can happen after that, is what Dennis also said. So you're very active participants today. I really appreciate it. And we're learning so much from Coach Ken. Any other things, Coach, I have here being like, what about age? Because I see some different age differences out here, and people are like looking like they living their best lives. I'm like, well, how low of an age do you go, type of thing? Because I don't know what be going on about this age thing. Go ahead.
My thing on age is, if people are okay with it, roll with it. So, I mean, that's just my take on it. I do think though that human beings do make age a bigger thing, but I think you should make generational thought processes. So, for instance, I'm over 50. A 20-year-old is not going to have the same core value system as I am. So we're not in the same ecosystem, if you will.
Right.
Now, 40-year-old probably would, you know, but that's how I look at age. I still look at it in the same way I look at it as, is our core value system similar? That's how I judge it. That's how I teach my people to judge it. But most people just want to go on how they feel. Oh, they make my liver quiver.
Why are you're so funny, Ken? Okay. All right, listen, everybody. Make sure you take a moment to. I see you saying you love what's being said, Tasha. Thank you for tuning in today. And you all, please take a moment to donate to the Kim Jacobs Show. This is the way that this is our livelihood as far as being able to keep the program coming to you Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I have a lot of podcast listeners on iHeartRadio and Spotify and SoundCloud and all of those different places. So know that it's $ Kim Jacobs Inc. for those that are audio listeners on Cash App. And for PayPal is paypal.me/Kim Jacobs Inc. And Venmo is at The Kim Jacobs Show. And another way is if you want to be a part of our exclusive back office content that we never put out publicly is patreon.com/The Kim Jacobs Show. So make sure you do that and stay connected. How do they stay connected with you, Coach Ken?
I'm at Coach Ken Canion on every platform. But if you want to reach out to me, you can reach out to me on any platform, but go to CoachKenCanyon.com. I got a whole bunch of products, and I want you all to join my challenge.
The challenge. I'm putting that back up right now.
I need y'all, for anybody who really wants to find love. What I need you to do is go to my bio in either Facebook or Instagram or whatever. And I want you to go to my bio, and I want you to click on the Love Vault Challenge. It's going to be amazing. All right. And all you got to do, though, but when it says $27, but type in the word free and you get in free of charge.
Y'all, it's only going to be about 1,000 people total, and it's going
to be between 500 and 1,000. We already got close to 500, but it's going to be 3 days. I'm going to teach for 10 hours. It's going to be intense.
And my friend, my bestie that I talk about, Sean. She said, we need that challenge, child.
All right. Yeah, I know. Right? What up, Sean? Sean introduced me to Kim.
Yes. Thank you, Sean. Thank you. And y'all be ganging up on me. You know that. Saying all kind of stuff to me. All right. Somebody said, somebody still saying, Kim, you need to join the challenge.
Kim, you need to join the challenge.
How many people think I need to join the challenge, y'all? Put it in the comment section. If you think Kim needs to be a part of the challenge, not from a talk show perspective, but to be in the challenge, Put your thoughts in the comment section. We'll see. Look
what Sean said.
What Sean said?
Join the challenge fast.
Don't be trying to she's trying to say, make sure I get in on one of those seats. Make sure I don't get lost.
Hey, listen, when you see what I'm doing, I'm bringing men to the table too. This right here, I done talked to God about this. I'm like, look, I'm putting relationships together. Period.
All right, so y'all worry about yourselves. Though. Y'all done got me over here all dehydrated. They're over there typing all fast, and then y'all did not type that fast the whole show. And everybody typing, yes, join.
Hey, Sean, I talked to God, and I told God, I want to bring good people, because what happens is you got men and women saying the other party's not good, men saying women ain't no good, women saying men ain't no good. But I see great people out here.
I do too. I really
like Kim. And my goal is to bring them together, facilitate an environment where they can meet and connect.
Oh, Vicky L. Evans says, shoot, wait a minute. Wait, she's an actress and a director, playwright. She said, wait a minute. I might have to join that challenge too.
Join the challenge, Vicky.
Everybody chiming in. Mom, now, Mom, you ain't typed nothing to hold. Let me put my glasses on. My mom ain't typed nothing to hold.
Hey, Mom.
And she done got on here and said, yes, Kim, please join the challenge in all caps. Is that you? Is that you fussing, Mom? All right, y'all. We done turned this into literally the Kim Jacobs show. Celeste says, what did Celeste say? Wait a minute.
Oh, get a vanity domain. But I change my challenge every month. It's tougher to do that because I change it. We do a different challenge every month. But this one is coming up October 4th. So, Kim.
Yes, sir.
Join the challenge.
Okay. All right, y'all. I have to focus one more minute because what time is it? You have like 4 more. We played your video for 5 minutes, so we have about 5 more minutes.
Go ahead.
Okay. We have 5 more minutes, y'all. Let me play. I have to play my episode. Wait a minute. Take the comments down for a second, Mackenzie, so I can get myself focused here.
She like to.
Too many
I gotta get focused.
And your mama says she wants you to join. Okay. Okay. So let me do this. I want to go to this one. I'll do the commercial, Mackenzie, backstage here. Everybody, again, Mackenzie's getting ready to transition to maternity time off because she's getting ready to have her baby girl this week. So keep her in prayer. And I am going to just share with you all a commercial. It's a back-to-back commercial that I think is beneficial if you're interested in learning how to earn income in the travel industry.
Who are those people? You know, the guys playing golf in the middle of the day on a Tuesday. The woman wearing $1,000 shoes at a cafe in the city. The kid in the ripped jeans driving a $200,000 sports car. What do they know that you don't? One word: leverage. Working smarter, not harder. Owning their own business, not being owned by a job. The good news? We have it. Interested?
Two things are almost certain about you. Number one, you know people who travel. Of course you do. Everybody travels. It's an $8 trillion industry. It's what people dream about doing. And number two, you probably aren't making the commission. You see, every car rental, every hotel, and every resort pays commissions. They may go to a website or to a traditional travel agent. But trust us, someone is earning it. Well, what if we could show you a way to put that commission in your pocket? It doesn't hurt to take a peek. Interested?
All right, everybody. So if you are interested in learning more about how you can earn a piece of the travel industry, make sure you look here and email trueyougetaway@gmail.com. trueyougetaway@gmail.com, and let them know that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you their way. All right. Okay. So what's some other comments that came in right quick? Because this has been a lot. Y'all better travel with your special somebody. Is that what she's saying? Yeah, that's fine. Travel and earn income doing it. Kim, we both need to join the challenge. Okay, Celeste, I hear you out there. And Celeste is a beautiful soul, a beautiful spirit, can sing like an angel. So if y'all, I ain't trying to batch nobody up, but if you like to sing.
Somebody asked, Canion asked, is this a communication challenge? Yeah, part of it is.
Okay.
Part of it is communication. So if you can join it, yes. Not all of it. Part of it's going to be communication. I'm not going to tell y'all the other stuff. You just got to come.
Okay, y'all. I mean, the challenge is available to you. It's free. You're going to go ahead and go with.
Make sure you put free in the code when you join, when you sign up.
Okay.
Free in the code.
Don't forget to put free in the code. And that's because you're here on the Kim Jacobs Show. He's giving you a code for you to be able to come and be a part of the challenge for free. Now, whatever he's doing with the rest of the public is up to him and the public. But because you are here and Coach Ken Canion's here on the Kim Jacobs Show, your code is free.
Yes.
That's important to know. When your mom says that you have to do it, okay, I hear you, Andrew.
Yes.
If your mama said this is a wrap, right?
Yes.
All right. Follow Ken right now on every platform. Yes, he's also has his YouTube channel, over 50,000 subscribers.
125, 27.
What am I doing downgrading stuff? You like, you better get that right.
I work for every one of them.
I know you do. What's any closing comments, any final words of encouragement, advice for unveiling secrets to a great relationship?
I believe in love still. There are people out there, yeah, it didn't work out. Maybe it didn't work out. Okay. Maybe you got some trauma from it, but if you decide that I still want to, love comes from God. And the truth is, maybe it didn't work. There are things about life that we never planned for, that we never expected to happen. But we're still here, and you still have an opportunity to experience love. But don't discount it and say, I can't ever have that. But only you can give yourself permission to love again. Only you can give yourself permission to trust again.
I'm so glad you said that. Everyone, this has been Coach Ken Canion with us today. Take advantage of that free challenge that's coming up literally in October. And if you're
October 4th.
October 4th. And if you're watching the replay for whatever the reason, you just make sure that you stay connected with Coach Ken on all of his social media platforms. That's very important.
Yep. You know, Sean know how to put something in a way that makes sense.
Sean, what did she say? Read it.
You might have had bad Chinese food, but you don't stop at you stop eating at that restaurant, but not all Chinese food.
Right. That's true. That's true. Good point, Sean. Any other comments? We're gonna get ready to close out. I don't want to deprive you of the opportunity, but well said. Okay. Anybody else have any other comments? Thank you so much, Andrea. I believe in love too. Coach, read a couple of those comments. I'm typing one thing.
Kim keeps a hookup on this show. Follow Kim Canion on all platforms, y'all. I love it. Yep. So,
okay, I wanted to put this final thing up before we do close out, and this is.
Oh, thank you, Mom. Hello, Ken. This is an awesome show. I enjoyed it. Thank you.
Okay, you can take all the comments down, Mackenzie, for one moment. I want to take a moment just to close out today's episode. I found out some information that is literally shocking and devastating to my heart. It made my heart hurt, in real pain, actually. And it just shows me that in life we genuinely don't have any idea when the last days are on this earth. None of us can predict it. It's not based on age, race. It goes across all barriers, and every one of us will experience it at some point in our lives. That this life on this side of earth will come to an end.
Yeah.
And so I found out about someone that's near and dear to us. I don't know the details, and I'm just praying for the family and God to give them strength and comfort during this time. The young man in the white shirt sitting on the front row is Sean Braxton.
Okay.
And many of you have seen Sean right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. He's a father of 7 and a great man. Great. And I was informed that he transitioned from this earth. I don't know details again, but my heart goes out to his entire family. Stafford, I know you are the Black Santa Claus, and you and your entire family and the entire Braxton family have our deepest condolences and prayers. And I don't even know. I'm speechless, actually. But I just want you all to know, in loving memory of Sean Braxton, that he has transitioned from this earth, and we're praying for his family. Yeah.
We don't know.
So I don't even know. Because I can't even think straight about it, because we're here today, and then we literally could be gone. I could be gone today. You could be gone today. We don't know what day our time is on this earth But while he was here on this earth, so many people, if you go to his Facebook page, speak so well of his life. And to me, that means that we have that birth date, we have that death date, but that dash in the middle is what he's being remembered for right now. His legacy lives on. And so his life speaks volumes for what he did while he was here on this earth. So in loving memory of Sean Braxton as he's transitioned from this earth. And I don't want to wait until I find out all the details to say something on the show. I want to take a moment right now to just acknowledge it. So that's how I want to end today's show and tell you all I love you all. Again, we should all tell each other we love each other.
I love you, Kim.
Love you. I love your family. I love all of you in the studio audience. I love everybody in life, actually. Even my enemies. I love my enemies. Different people be like,
I'm working on that, but I ain't got too many. I ain't got no enemies, really.
I didn't think I had any enemies either, but sometimes people be right beside you. You don't even know that you're like, you not for me? And I didn't know it. So I'm like, blah, blah, blah. So you don't even know. I never thought I had enemies. I never, ever consider anybody an enemy. But anyway. All right, y'all, we got to get off this show. God bless you all.
Mello says hi, Kim.
Hi. Hi. How are you? Beautiful.
All right, Mello. Oh.
All right, everybody. Y'all have a beautifully blessed rest of your day. Thank you, Coach Ken, for sharing some secrets and answering on this.
My pleasure. You
coming back? It might be 2 years or so messing with you because you
quit tripping.
I'm deflecting or whatever.
I'll be back.
You know that passive aggressive stuff people do? That's what I'm doing now, right?
Yeah, right. I know.
All right, everybody. Take care. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of The Kim Jacobs Show and for being in the virtual studio audience. Your presence truly does make a difference. And